everybody, Hunter here, and today we are going to be doing a makeup look for Zelda from the Legend of Zelda game Breath of the Wild. So if you would like that, stay tuned. First things first, the ear. You're going to need material tape, scissors, and your foundation. You're going to want to pin your hair back because the last thing we want is tape in our hair. It hurts, I promise you. Take a section of tape and lay it over the top middle area of your ear. You're going to take the back end of the tape and lay it behind your ear and crease it so it's in a straight line. You're going to do the same thing with the other side of the tape, avoiding your hair so it doesn't get stuck to you like I did. Then simply press the tape together and you should have a nice triangle shape. If you have extra, you can fold it over like I did, or you can trim it, whichever works for you. Now, if you feel comfortable, carefully trim the extra tape from the inside of your ear. Again, be very careful or don't do this at all. Now just take your foundation and dab it all over the tape. You can also put it where the tape meets your ear on the outer edges, but don't do it on the inside because if you do, it looks a little bit more unrealistic. Granted, no, this doesn't look the most natural because their ear's made out of tape, but hey, you work with what you have. Now just unpin your hair and we're done. Now to start with the hair, you're going to want to brush your part back and get a straight comb. Zelda's part is way straight down the middle. So you're going to want to part that right between your eyeballs and get it as straight as you can. Now you're going to want to spray your hair with some texture spray, hairspray, dry shampoo, whatever you have, simply because this will give our hair grip. Now taking some hair from the underside and behind your ear, you're going to want to section that out. Grab the extra hair and just kind of toss it away for now. Take that back section and just normally braid it. Then secure it with whatever hair tie you have. Now you're going to fluff the braid by grabbing it and pulling it at the sides. This is where our texture spray really comes in handy. You're going to repeat those steps on the other side, sectioning the hair from behind the ear and the underside and braiding it. Secure it with a hair tie and fluff it up. The reason we fluff it up is because it makes the braid look much thicker than it actually is. Now you're going to take that front section of hair and place it back. Make it as smooth as you possibly can, but don't brush it. Now take the braid and lay it over the top of your head. You're going to want to secure this in place and don't worry about the hair tie and the extra hair on the other side because we will hide that in a moment. Now you're just going to want to pull those baby hairs out because Zelda has a nice section of hair here. Take the front section on the other side and use that to hide the extra strands from the first braid. Then take the second braid, lay it over the top, and lay it right over the top of the first braid so they look like they're one. Then undo the hair tie from the second braid and pin. Now you're just going to pin the extra hair right behind the braid and it'll hide well. Now for the clips. Zelda has 4 dark blue clips that she has on the front section of her hair. I had these light blue clips that I thought worked well, but if you want a more accurate look, I would suggest taking bobby pins, painting the flat side of it a dark blue, and then just putting those in. And now our hair is done. With your face, you're going to want to prep it with a primer or a spray. I use a spray, but that's just my personal preference. Now on to concealer. You're going to use this to hide your under eye bags, and I also have a blue vein down by my mouth that I'm going to cover up as well. Just take a damp beauty blender and your foundation and completely cover your face. Even though there's impending doom upon the castle, Princess Zelda has perfect skin. So that's what we're going to try and achieve here. Goodness knows my skin wouldn't be this good if someone was trying to kill me. But you know, now we want to set it. Take a translucent powder and get under your eyes very well, your nose, and your T-zone because this is where you get most oily. Zelda has very bright yellow eyebrows, but since I use my natural hair and not a wig hair, I didn't want to make them that bright. So I used this yellow makeup stick that I got from a Halloween store a few years ago and I just filled in my brows slightly. For a more accurate look, you would fill them in more. Now I brush them out with an eyebrow comb and try to shape them a bit. Zelda's brows are very thick and they're rather straight unlike mine. Taking a dark yellow eyeshadow on an angled brush, I went in and I filled my brows in a little bit more just because I wanted them a bit darker. If you mess up, you can just wipe the shadow away. Now for our eyes. Take a dark brown on an angled brush or a brown eyeliner and line your top lash. Now you're going to want to line the outer corner of your under eye as well. This will help open up your eye and make them appear bigger because Zelda has very big eyes. Once I've done this, I simply connect the two lines with a very small wing. Now taking a fluffy compact brush, I take a light brown and I apply this slightly above my natural crease. Doing this will also help brighten up your eyes and make them appear larger. Once I've done this, I take a slightly darker brown and go over this area. And then after that, we're going to take, you guessed it, another brown and go into our natural crease. Doing this just helps make them look bigger. And then I take a fluffy brush and I just kind of taper it out, because we want it to be well blended. We don't just want a random harsh line. But the reason I take the darker brown in my crease is because Zelda has a very dark shadow here. Now to mascara, which I think really pulls the look together. I use the CoverGirl Lash Blast Mascara and I just do my top lashes because her bottom lashes have nothing on them. Now to highlighter. Zelda has a slight highlight on the top of her cheekbones and on her nose. Now for her cheeks. Unlike her normal princess look, Zelda has a brown blush instead of a pink one. So I used this contour color along with a normal fluffy brush and I applied it slightly above the apples of my cheeks. Don't be afraid to get a little heavy with this, but not so much so that you have two big brown blobs on your cheek. If it does get too heavy, simply wipe it off or go back over it with your foundation and try again. She has a very dark shadow under her nose as well, so I used one of the browns from earlier on a fluffy brush and did it under my nose along with the creases on the side of my nose and up my nose slightly to contour it, as her nose is a little bit different than mine. She also has this shadow under her lips, so I just did it in the natural line where my chin indents. Onto the lips. Zelda has a very dark brown top lip, so I use the Too Faced matte lipstick in Child Star to do mine. She has two very pointed cupid's bow, so I overlined my lips ever so slightly and kind of just made two triangles. Now if you have fuller lips, you're not going to need to do this, but I have a rather thin top lip. Now just take your foundation and put it on your bottom lip. Make sure to moisturize first though, because foundation is drying. Then just put in some blue-green contacts and you are good to go. Here is our finished princess. This can also apply to her goddess look as well. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!